What's going on YouTube? It is Blonded here, coming at you with a Falcons franchise. This is actually my first ever video on YouTube. Super excited to be bringing you this content and thought what better way to start it off than a Falcons franchise video. So this is going to be a recurring series. I'm going to try to get at least a few out each week. We're going to take over the Atlanta Falcons as our own coach and essentially go from there with the roster that we have today. So yeah, let's dive into it here. So we have Coach Blonded Plays. I'm taking over the Atlanta Falcons here. We are gonna do all Madden as this franchise goes. If we need to decrease the difficulty, this will be a very storyline driven kind of series here. I play a lot of Madden. I've been playing Madden for about 15 years. But, I'm probably not the best Madden player, so, come here for story. Do not come for X's and O's there. Everything else, let's see. Coach firing, we do not want to get fired. There's probably a chance that we do. Ability, everyone can relocate. That'll be fun to see. We're going to keep injury on, but pre-existing injury off. Everything else looks good. Prospect storylines. We are going to be using Bengals draft classes. We'll get here. We'll get there in a second. Everything else, minutes, we're going to go 9-minute quarters. And yeah, full control over everything. No fill roster. All right. So yeah, Falcons franchise is getting underway here. And again, the reason why for picking the Falcons, I've been a huge Falcons fan for as long as I can remember. Really, growing up in the early 2000s, the Michael Vick days were obviously huge for me, and really looked up to Mike Vick as a really key athlete in my life. And yeah, I've been a fan ever since. I actually attended over 100 Falcons games, home games in a row. So I have the Mariota jersey. We'll get to Mariota in a second here, but I've been a big Falcons fan as long as I can remember, and still root for them pretty hard. So we're going to take over this team, and let's get started. So preseason game, starting with the Lions. Very truthfully, I don't think anyone wants to watch the preseason. So what we're going to do is actually jump in right away to our rosters, and we're going to get this roster down to our 53 here. So looking at quarterback, we got Ritter, we got Mariota. We're going to move Franks to tight end. This isn't a realistic rebuild by any means. We want to have our own spin to it. The Falcons have moved Felipe Franks to tight end. Let's see what kind of rating Madden gives them if we move him to tight end here. Let's see. 49. So not great. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep Mariota and Ritter on the roster there at quarterback. Running back here, I think these four guys, Damian Williams was not on the depth chart there, hurt in real life, but, another kind of like bridge kind of player there. He has a bridge player trade target veteran tag in Madden. We're gonna have to probably cut one of these guys. Let's revisit running back there. So receivers, I guess we need to decide what we want to do with Ridley. Let's release him, I think, is probably going to be the best option. He's going to come back next year, though. I wish there was a way we could just, hey, let's see what we can get for him. So let's get offers for Calvin here. All right, I looked through the options. We're going to take this Jets. We're going to take this Jets offer here, and add DJ Reed to the roster here. So that's a big pickup for us. That clears out Ridley now. DJ Reed and a fifth rounder. I think it's a pretty good return for Ridley. I think the Falcons would do that in real life. Now, whether the Jets would do that is another question. But again, this is our franchise. We can do what we want to here. So let's go back to the receiver room. We've got Drake London, Damiere Byrd, Brian Edwards, Zacchaeus, Hodge, and Bernhardt. We are going to put Bernhardt. We're going to put him on the practice squad when it comes time here. Tight end, we got a large tight end room here. Kyle Pitts headlining, Ferkser as our tight end 2. Pruitt as 3, Fitzpatrick, the rookie out of Georgia. Hesse's kind of come along in real life for the Falcons. I think he's a converted end if I remember correctly. We're gonna tell Felipe Franks, thanks for your service, Felipe. But we're good there. Liam McCullough, 31 overall, does not deserve to be on the roster. And then Brinkley as well. A 32, 34 overall is a tough ask here in Madden. So these 5, I guess we probably need to trim this down. Let's get rid of Parker Hesse, unfortunately. You just are the odd man out here. We're going to keep the rookie around. So we got 4 tight ends here. Take a look at the line, see what moves we can make here. We have a backup at every position. We're going to get rid of Chuma. We need to trim this down to 53. Let's look at our ends here. Taquan Graham, Marlon Davidson. Timmy Horn. Pack your bags. Going home. Matt Dickerson, not going to see the field here. See you later. Really thin at D-tackle. Left outside linebacker looks good. Middle linebacker, Kwiatkowski. Don't know how to say that, actually. I don't think he's lined up for the Falcons this year. We can find something to do. I think we can look at Kwiatkowski as someone that we can get some capital back for. Let's see what kind of offers we get here. Done. So we have traded Kwiatkowski to the Jaguars. In return, getting Agnew. We'll put him as our return man. I think carrying 4 linebackers is probably fine there. With Troy Anderson and Rashaan Evans starting. Right outside linebacker. The rookie D'Angelo Malone. I'm excited about him. Quentin Bell, we'll keep on the roster. Yeah, for now. We'll revisit that. Corners. So Terrell, Hayward, Reed. Now we have a pretty strong secondary here with these 4. With Mike Ford, Darren Hall, D. Alford as our backups here. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 7. We're going to carry 6. Let's get rid of Darren Hall. D. Alford's actually, interesting kind of player there. So we're just going to release Darren Hall, not trying to get anything back in return for him. Richie Grant, Eric Harris. Eric Harris, someone that, we can trade if things start going poorly. Dean Marlowe and Jalen Hawkins. Jalen Hawkins is going to get the start here. Quick look at the draft picks for the Falcons. We have our 1st, 2nd, 3rd. We have a 4th coming in from Tennessee next year. And then no 5th or 6th round picks, but we do have 2 7ths. We'll want to make sure we set up our scouts as well. But let's go ahead and get into next week here. All right, week 2 of the preseason. We beat the Lions in week 1, 27-21. We got some upgrade players, so we're going to check these out really quick. Anyone super interesting? Kyle Pitts with the skill point. What do we want Kyle to improve upon? His blocking's pretty poorly rated here. I think with the amount of running that we do within the playbook, I think it's probably not bad to have Kyle Pitts be, a better blocker, but, we also want his core skill, right, is going to be catching the ball, lining up and running routes. So let's do vertical threat, continue there. We get him up to an 87 overall and a lot of upgrades here. +1 awareness, +2 break tackle, +2 catch in traffic, +1 change of direction, release, run block power, short route, and trucking. So we did get the blocking within that vertical threat, which is great. We don't have to just spend the points on blocking there. So good to remember as we continue, going forward with Pitts. And he has that superstar X factor, going to be great for us here. Anyone else particularly interesting? No, I think we can just upgrade all from there. So let's advance. Again, we'll get to cut week here and get us down to our 53. All right, week 3 of the preseason here. We did catch the L to the New York Jets, but that is okay. That's why we have preseason. But we do have a wide receiver mentorship. So a veteran receiver wants to help the team. And it's Demir Bird. He says, Coach, I know you're frustrated with Drake London. Dude couldn't hang on to anything last game. That is not what we want to hear. But don't give up on him yet. I think with a little help, he could be really good. I sure hope so. We drafted him with like the 8th overall pick. Is there any specific area you want him to improve in? I would say probably catching in traffic is a good one. We're going to be throwing a lot of probably contested. You know, his big thing is he doesn't get separation, right? So let's improve his catch in traffic. Drake London receives +2 catch in traffic. We love to see young players getting better. That's what this is all about. We got more upgrades. Oh, we have an injury. Let's see. Casey Hayward out for the 15 weeks, so he'll be able to join us in our playoff push, hopefully. But Casey Hayward is going to be out this year. Unfortunate, but it's a very good thing that we did make that trade with Calvin Ridley for DJ Reed, because now DJ Reed will take over that cornerback 2 spot, and then we'll move Isaiah Oliver into the slot corner position. So Casey, thank you for your service. Unfortunate that you were going to be out. That really hurts, really. 86 overall. Few and far between on this Falcons roster, so it's a tough start in the preseason here. Let's see who we have on the upgraded players. So we have Cordarrelle Patterson here, 1 skill point available. Cordarrelle, just one of my favorite Falcons that has come around, has just been fantastic. Receiving back, he's already a really great receiver. Let's continue, working on him being a running back. So we're going to use this elusive back point bucket here. Let's see what we get. +2 break tackle, +1 change of direction, +1 juke, and +2 to spin move. So +2 break tackle is hugely helpful. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to the final week of the preseason here. Hopefully no more injuries. We do not have any more injuries. We'll again go to upgrade players. Jalen Mayfield. What a disaster at guard last year, if we're being honest, for the Falcons. I'm glad that Elijah Wilkinson has come in and played well for us here. We're going to continue doing that scheme fit with Agile, get him up to a 69. Now as a backup guard, +1 pass block finesse, +1 run block finesse, +2 strength. Good to see. All right, so week 1 of the 2022 season, and our first game is at home against the hated New Orleans Saints. Not a big fan of the Saints, just their whole kind of thing. Do not like them as a franchise, but have a good roster, have some good players, some questions at quarterback, but will be a pretty tough game. But let's go into our kind of week 1, what we need to do here. Starting off with setting our season goal. So want to be realistic here. I think 4 wins is probably too little. The Falcons do have some players. They have some pieces. So I think for the purpose of this, let's do 7 wins. I don't think we're ready for a playoff spot. But we should be pretty competitive, especially given the Panthers situation in the division, as well as kind of knowing what you look at the season schedule here, right? We have Bears, we have Commanders on there, so I think 7 wins is probably safe. All right, and then choosing our draft class. So we are going to use Bengals, shout out Bengal on YouTube. We're going to be using his draft class here, and let's see if we, right here, Big Game Gene. We are going to download this file, put the real kind of 2023 prospects in there. I think that'll be fun to be able to scout and kind of build realistically moving forward here. So you see some of the prospects here, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, the headlining quarterbacks. Not sure if the Falcons will be in the market for a quarterback. We'll have to see how the season plays out with Mariota and Ritter. Will Anderson, in my opinion, generational kind of talent there as an edge rusher coming out of Alabama. Jalen Carter, absolute black hole in the middle of that Georgia defense. Someone we're obviously going to have our eyes on, both of these players here. Jalen Duncan out of Maryland, left tackle. Miles Murphy out of Clemson. Ringo out of Georgia at the corner position. It would be maybe interesting for us. Will Levis again, quarterback, and then Brian Breesy out of Clemson, and then Noah Sewell, brother of Penei Sewell at Oregon as a middle linebacker. Also an interesting kind of option for us. That's the top 5 or top 10. We will go, of course, into deeper detail there as the season progresses. But let's take a look at our scouts here. Take a look. We're gonna start fresh. No shade to Darren, Freddie, Pedro, Sydney, or William, but we're going to set this up the way that we want to here. So everyone's fired. Pack your stuff. Everyone's going home. We are cleaning house here. All right, so here's a look at our kind of revamped scouts here. Our Tier 3 National Scout is going to be focused on corner and wide receiver. I think two areas that the Falcons, can continue to improve upon, especially in the wide receiver department. Given Casey Hayward's injury in this franchise, we are going to need a corner to, accompany AJ Terrell there. Our 2-star scout in the Central is going to be Connie, focused on tackles and defensive ends. Our 1-stars in the Northeast, safety and wide receiver, and the list goes on there. We have some opening day keys here for the Falcons. Reporter, it's opening day this week and a fresh start for every team around the league, and you'll be facing the Saints. What's the key to victory? Very truthfully, I think it is going to be dominating offense. Ideally, we establish a rhythm on offense, dictate the flow of the game, and get a big enough lead to make their offense one-dimensional. Obviously, every offense wants to be balanced. What's your main focus? Our main focus is going to be the running game. We want to pound the rock. A solid run game is going to limit the opponent's possessions, and the longer we're on offense, the less time they have to score. Let's do it. Pound the rock. Beat the Saints. We have a goal. Rush for 150 yards. Game planning tip. Focus your offensive game plan on rushing to help you achieve your goal. Thank you for that advice there, Madden. We also have a rivalry game reporter soundbite. So let's take a look here. You're facing a bitter rival in the Saints this week, and limiting the impact of Cam Jordan must be a top priority. How will you stop him? Cam Jordan's a problem. I would love to just talk trash about the Saints, but we want to focus on positive things for the team here. So, we'll give him his flowers. Let's praise Cam Jordan. So Cam Jordan is a fantastic player, and I don't think there's a way you can truly stop him. Your only hope is to slow him down and pray he doesn't wreck your game. Just get the W. Beat the Saints. Okay, so doesn't really matter what we do there. Just you need to beat the Saints. So we've hired and assigned scouts. Let's go into our weekly strategy and kind of set the game plan here. So, we told the reporters we're going to focus on the run game, but let's start on the defensive side of the ball. So thinking about the Saints, ways they can hurt you. Obviously, Alvin Kamara out of the backfield is going to be a problem, both in the pass and the run game. Wide receiver wise, they got a great rookie in Chris Olave as well as Mike Thomas. We do not need to contain the scramble with Jameis though, so thank you for that suggestion, but we are not going to go there. Mike Thomas really lives on slant routes. The issue with defend short pass is then your double moves and intermediate pass coverage becomes a bit weaker. I think we are going to do defend short pass though. Try to limit Mike Thomas. If he can't catch it within 10 yards of line of scrimmage, he sometimes becomes a little bit useless. So we're also going to manage player health a little bit. I think for right now we'll do full pads, but we want to keep an eye on that as we move forward. On the offensive side of the ball, week one, we don't have any stats, anything on tendencies on their defensive side. We do see they play zone about half the time. For us, I think it's going to start with the run game. It's going to start with, Cordarrelle breaking loose. Let's do run outside here. We should be good to go. All right, and then our weekly game plan goal here. Let's see what we got. So let's start with our head coach. I think a realistic goal. Let's try to do win turnover battle. I think we can force some turnovers on defense, but also we want to make sure we're taking care of the ball on the offensive side. Some of these are ridiculous that we're not going to hit with this roster. For the offensive side of the ball, I think 300 offensive yards is probably a fair goal there. Defensive coordinator, I would say 3 touchdowns is realistic. The Falcons defense is not the best by any means. So 3 touchdowns, if we allow the Saints 21 points, we do what we need to do on offense. I feel like we have a chance to win there. And then our weekly game plan. Let's Let's see. 5 rushing touchdowns is never going to happen. Let's do this one because we get little franchise points if we only get 1 passing touchdown. I think we still want to maximize points here and make sure we're getting all the upgrades that we can. So yeah, that looks good here. For our focus players, this is going to be kind of an interesting one. I think Drake London makes a lot of sense. He's going to be kind of a corner wide receiver for us moving forward. The other 2 is where things get a bit interesting. So let's take a look. Obviously Kyle Pitts is only 21. And so, you could make the argument, kind of maximize him. But, we need to get a lot of guys up into this kind of 80 overall kind of area. So I'm going to look down here, see if we have any younger star devs that are going to be a big part of our roster moving forward. I do know for sure, just thinking about it, we're going to want to develop Desmond Ridder, right? We drafted Desmond for a reason. He's kind of the quarterback and waiting there. We are going to continue to develop Desmond there. And then that comes down to the third player here. And there's there's interesting options here. I think you could go with someone, a normal kind of dev trait, right? Someone like a Richie Grant that we kind of need to be good. Richie Grant's a pretty interesting one if he's going to start. Ebikete though with that hidden dev trait, only 23 years old, 72 overall. We want him to be a dominant pass rusher. We're actually going to put him on there as well. So we're going to roll with London, Ridder, and Ebikete at our focus players, get them some good development. So let's start training and hope for no injuries. Let's see. All right, so looking at the training recap here. No injuries on the offensive side of the ball, which is great to see. And on the defensive side of the ball, we have none as well. So going in full strength is what we want to hear. And we got some upgrades out of that. So let's take a look at the upgrades real quick. Taquan Graham, again, we're giving him the start. So this is going to be a pretty key player to continue to develop. Let's do power rusher. Let's keep what you're good at there. 69 overall, +2 to power moves, +1 to tackle. All right, now we're going to take a look at our staff here. Use these upgrade points. We have 33. In Madden, I think it's really important to get down to this final piece here. All players on your team counting as scheme fits during training. That is a big boost to develop some young players, and we have a lot of young players. So let's start here with Secret Remedy, get them going, and these are all 20, so we'll have to wait on those. What can we get with 10 here? We're gonna want to equip X Factors because we have one in Kyle Pitts. So that looks good there. We'll continue looking at that week over week. All right, so we're gonna jump in. This is the beginning. Week 1, Falcons versus Saints at Mercedes-Benz. The one in Atlanta, not the former one in New Orleans. And let's hop into it. Super excited. Again, we're gonna build this team. There's gonna be some ups, there's gonna be some downs, but it's an exciting time here. So Falcons versus Saints here. We're gonna get a nice little intro. Look at Jameis doing the boogie. Kamara, we're gonna have to figure out a way to stop him. And then there's Marcus Mariota, pride of Oregon. Cordarrelle. I'll tell you what, this Falcons team is fun. They might not win the Super Bowl, but they're a fun team. And the 2022 season is now underway here in Atlanta. Good special teams play. The Saints are going to get the ball at the 24-yard line. And are they starting Taysom Hill? But it's Jameis. But we all saw Taysom just come out. Well, we're going to see who they go with here. Nope, it's Jameis. Okay. Oh, they got Taysom at tight end. That's something you got to think about, I guess. So for this franchise, I want it to be realistic in terms of like coordinators and whatnot. I don't want to just call my own plays and kind of spam. So we're gonna do coach suggestions here, kind of first 2 pages, and roll with it. I will make some adjustments here and there pre-snap, but yeah, we're gonna, as Kamara gets the ball and breaks off a big one there, not what we want to see. Big gain of 16 to start off the game. So Falcons defense already. Showing some cracks there. It's 1st and 10 after the 16-yard run from Kamara. Putting Taysom in motion. Gonna be play action. Mikael Walker's all over it. Left the middle of the field wide open for Michael Thomas. That's a gain of 25. Saints already threatening early with the ball on our side of the field there. So 1st and 10 at 35. That's on me, just vacating my zone. Now 2nd and 8. It's a screen, and we're gonna stop him to a 3rd and 3 there. So manage Kamara. He can get a little loose on you sometimes. We're gonna play some man here, and we're gonna roll the dice. And Taysom Hill with the catch down to the 20. Troy Anderson just not, he's definitely quick enough to keep up, but the reaction time was not there on the little sticker out there. So 1st and 10 for the Saints in the red zone here. So bend but don't break, Falcons. Make him throw it away. Thought we maybe had a chance at a sack there. Few and far between, I think, for this Falcons team, but force Winston to throw away, force 2nd down. As I'll hand it off to Kamara here. We're not going to be able to stop him before he gets a 1st down inside the 6-yard line. So again, we're going to bring a little pressure here. I'm going to pinch our line, get up tight. Good tackle. Just a gain of 1. We got 2nd and goal. We're going to send some more pressure. A stop here would be huge. Huge way to start the game when we're giving up 3. But we will see as another great tackle this time. Troy Anderson with a little play there down the pursuit. Richie Grant involved. Love to see it. Jalen Hawkins, Richie Grant, Troy Anderson making a big tackle. And it's 3rd down. So 3rd down here. Obviously, I think this is probably a passing down. We're going to trust our guys and run cover 1 here. I don't like seeing the trips formation, but we're going to trust our guys in coverage. We are going to pass underneath as Taysom Hill goes wide open. And no one is with Jarvis Landry, the new pickup for the New Orleans Saints. So Saints score a touchdown, opening drive. Obviously wanted a better outcome than that, but Saints are going to go up 6-0 with the extra point here. And the Saints do go up 7-0. So forced a few 3rd downs. We had a chance there. They just controlled the ball, converted when they need to. So now it's time for the Falcons offense to debut here, and we got Agnew back there. We're not going to return that. And out comes Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons offense. Mariota's been a lot of fun to watch this year. They haven't let him throw a ton, but it's been a fun offense, and he's managed the game well. So starting off, we're going to really want to establish the run here, and we want to watch kind of our run pass on early downs here, but getting Cordero started as he just goes forward for a yard. Leaves us with a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 here for the Falcons. And we get sacked by who they told us to look out for, Cam Jordan. I think I could have got rid of the ball maybe a little earlier there. I was kind of waiting for Drake London to come up. But now we got a pretty big 3rd and 16 here, opening drive, after giving up a score to start. So again, I'm using coach suggestions here. We're just going to go with wide sail. Hopefully Pitts gets open. We are going to block Cordarrelle here in case they bring some pressure, which they do not. But it looks like Pitts is going to be open, and we hit Pitts for a big gain. Love to see starting out 41-yard pass to the unicorn Kyle Pitts. It's going to be a heavy dose of Kyle Pitts in this offense. All right, we're running a read option here. And it's going to be a keep for Mariota, and that hole closed up fast. Nothing much going on that run. Cordarrelle gets to the outside, but no room. It's actually a loss of 1. So again, faced with a 3rd down and 10 here. Want to take care of the football here. We're still in field goal range for Youngway. Don't want to throw a pick. So let's see. As we fumble the ball, getting out of my hands. No way he's going to return this for a touchdown. What a bad start. Oh, 14-0 New Orleans. I guess I could have hit Pitts in the flat there, but at 3rd and 10, trying to make something happen. But that's what happens when you try to get a little. I guess I had Cordarrelle just sitting there too as a check down. All right, so after a bad return, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 16-yard line. Going to want to capitalize a little bit better than last time. We're going to start off with a little stick here. As Mariota sees London coming across the field, and a good catch by the rookie there. Mariota 3 for 3 for 76 yards. Doesn't capture the unfortunate fumble, but throwing the ball well to start. Our running game hasn't gotten much traction. 2nd and 8. I'm going to run with Mariota here, or Patterson, and there are just no gaps to be had there. All right, so start of the 2nd quarter, we're faced with a 3rd and 9 here. We like this flood concept here, the London, and we have Pitts on the backside. We're going to go ahead and block Cordarrelle, and we are seeing man, so we are going to. And London makes a great catch, great throw by Mariota. Again, Marcus 4 for 4, 97 yards. Getting the 2 people we want to be involved, which is what we love to see. So again, Falcons on the other side of the field here. As Cordarrelle breaks free for a 1st down. Most daylight we've seen all game so far. As Demario Davis just closes in. We want to make 3rd downs manageable here. So again, just looking for some yards, maybe not necessarily the first. As we have Pitts over the middle there, waiting for him to clear Demario Davis. So we got a 3rd and inches. That's where we want to be. Nice and manageable 3rd downs. We're going to hit some play action here. Hopefully Pitts can break free. Hopefully we don't get sacked, as sometimes play action. Is that there? That's not. Oh, pass interference there on Lattimore. Or a hold. Let's see. Pass interference. So goal line look. Should we audible? No. As Cordarrelle gets in for the touchdown, our 1st touchdown of the season, a little 1-yard run after some pass interference to Cordarrelle. Cut the lead in half. It's now going to be a booth review. So let's take a look. Does he get over? That is not going to be the angle that is going to tell us. Neither is that. Pete Warner, great player. And they took it away. Really? I have never seen that happen. Okay, well, now we're in our power run, so Algiers going to get a look here. So they mark us short. Hopefully Cordarrelle can just leap over the pile here. And he stumbles his way in for an actual touchdown this time, unless they review it again. So Cordarrelle, still the 1st touchdown score of our 2022 Falcons season here. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Saints here. They're going to drop back to pass. And we are going to get pressure, but a fumble, and we cannot recover. Who was that on the pressure? I think it was Lorenzo Carter getting home to Winston. Let's see here. It was Lorenzo Carter with the forced fumble. So great to see. Fumble luck didn't go our way that time, but we're getting pressure. So 2nd and 12 after the fumble recovery by the Saints. We're going to continue in man. I do not like Anderson on Mike Thomas there, but is what it is. As Taysom Hill goes out of bounds at the 33. So we're going to have a 3rd and 2. Let's send some pressure here. Let's get up tight on these receivers. Hope to disrupt the timing. As we cannot get there, Mike Thomas doing what he does best, little short, dinky passes. That's going to be a 1st down for the Saints. 1st and 10 for the Saints at the 42. We're going to run a little zone here as they're going to hand it off to Kamara as Michael Walker comes up, makes a big play. I like Michael Walker a lot. I want him to be good in this franchise. I want him to be good in real life. Again, just like super twitchy athlete. Flies around the fields and has a few pick sixes actually. 2nd and 9 as Michael Walker again makes a play. And now we got 3rd and 5. So this is where again we can be a little bit creative here. We're going to send some pressure. Hope to disrupt the timing, and we need Jalen Hawkins to get inside on Taysom Hill. What are we doing? Now I'm using a lineman. This is not good. Coach wants us to be in dime. I don't know if that's the best plan, so we're going to do this nickel cover 4. As Michael Walker can't make the tackle, he was there, but AJ Terrell wraps up there. So 2nd and 1. This is always a dangerous down and distance because the playbook is open. As Kamara breaks loose, big hit by Reed. As we hit the 2-minute warning, 14-7, where we find ourselves in a hole. Saints in prime position to score here. So if they do score, we'll have a nice little 2-minute drill. If we can hold them, obviously we'll take that 14-7 or 17-7 into half. As Troy Anderson makes the tackle there. 2nd and goal. Let's send some pressure. Let's continue being aggressive here. We are going to shade underneath on the... As Marlon Davidson gets home for the big sack. And now it is 3rd and goal from the 14. So hopefully we can hold him to a field goal here. Great to see the pressure. Winston didn't have anyone, so how did he get out of the pocket there? So 3rd and goal, empty, not empty. That's a big pick from Jalen Hawkins. I was so focused I wasn't talking. Big stop from Jalen Hawkins. Maybe should have called a timeout there. Didn't realize that the clock was running. But we hold them. We stop them from getting any points there. With 3 timeouts, a minute left, we are going to try to do a little minute drill here. See what we can cook up on offense. So 2nd and 10, 58 seconds left here. Let's send Pitts up the middle of the field here. See if we can get anything. And nope. But we got London over the middle. We're going to do a little... Oh, we're not going to hurry up. It's not going to let us. As time is ticking here, we're going to send Pitts again upfield. As Zacchaeus makes a big catch over the middle, we are all going to take a timeout. So potential chance at a field goal here. Barely got that ball off. Thought it was going to be a floater there, but Zacchaeus comes down with it. So 1st and 10 at the 47, 24 seconds left here. As we are just finding the holes in the zone there. We're just going to check down the quarter route. Not the best, really, clock management there. With 12 seconds left, we are going to kick the field goal because I pressed A too quickly. So we'll take our 3 here. I think, considering everything, it's a good outcome. And we hit the camera and it goes through. It's good. So 14-10, Saints still lead, but huge turnover in the red zone for the Saints. We convert it into 3 points here, and we get ball second half. So looking good so far. So good first half. Obviously the turnover wasn't great on the Falcons side, but we did get that turnover on defense. So 14-10, and you can see 11 rush plays, 15 yards, but pretty balanced so far. Obviously the passing game has worked for us, but we need to figure out a way to stop the Saints. All right, so Falcons ball to start the second half here. All right, we're gonna start off the half with maybe a little bit of fireworks. Get the unicorn involved again. Play action pass. Hope he gets open. He is not open. We're just going to throw that one away. Live to play another down there. 3rd and 10 now. We need to convert this. This is not what we wanted. First play out of halftime here. Let's see. As Zacchaeus comes back for it and makes a great catch. 2 great 3rd down catches for Zacchaeus. That's going to be a first down, so we get to move the chains once more. 1st and 10 at the 34. As Cordarrelle finds a lane. And that's going to be a gain of about 8 or 9 there. 2nd and 2. As CP finds a huge seam. As Drake London, just make a block, please. It's alright. It's a great gain. You can see the offense starting to get going here on the grounds. Over 200 yards of total offense already. Really needed Drake London to just touch one of those 2 players, but he's a rookie first game. We'll give him a pass this time. All right, so the Saints showing they're gonna bring some pressure here. So let's try to pass off of that blitz on the left-hand side there. Let's see if we can't find a gap with London as the ball hits his feet. So 2nd down and 10, and we're gonna run the ball with CP again. Bread and butter as the line is starting. Oh, never mind. As we face a 3rd down and 12. So this is an area where, we want to make sure that we don't get us out of field goal range here. Kyle Pitts should be running a route. As we find Zacchaeus again from the slot as a 3rd down. He might be our little 3rd down outlet there. Great catch, great throw. 4 catches for 59 yards. It would be really great for him to come along as a player. For us in this franchise. Alright, so just on the outside of the red zone here, we're going to hot route Drake London as there is nothing I see that I like, and that is going to be intentional grounding. Oh, roughing the passer. The dirty Saints again are at it. We are going to take that against Marcus Davenport. Puts us down to the 10-yard line. Falcons threatening the score, and they're showing pressure from this side. We have our read option. As Bradley Roby goes down with an injury, looks to be some sort of shoulder injury. I actually played against Bradley Roby in high school. Got the better of me in that matchup, I will admit, as he goes off into the locker room. 2nd and 10 after the run that went nowhere. As CP... Oh, the ball! The ball came flying out of Cordarrelle's hands, bounced around a few Falcons players, but that is not good. That is not what we want to see. What happened here? Just got popped out. Demir Bird had a chance at it, but Pete Warner is able to cover it up. So it's going to be Saints ball after a really good drive to start out the half. It's pretty disappointing. 1st and 10 after the turnover. We are going to send some pressure here at Jameis, and it's been working for us so far as Mikael Walker gets there for the safety. Let's go. What a play by Mikael Walker. He's flying in there. Winston never saw him. That's big. It's unfortunate with the turnover, but our defense is able to stand up, make a play, and score some points for us, which is... Oh, as Agnew makes a nifty little move out to the 33. So it's going to be 1st down Atlanta again. All right, so 1st and 10 after the punt, the safety punt there. Let's try to get Cordarrelle a little involved in the passing game too. It's such a big strength of his. As London makes almost makes a great catch. 3rd and 4 for the Falcons here. Pitts is looking good. Pitts looks great. And that's a 1st down. So Marcus, not doing anything spectacular, but managing the game well. 2nd and 8, just on the other side of the 50 here. As I make the wrong read, should have handed it off to CP. 3rd and 11. Let's see if we can't make a play. Looks like they're not. Oh, that was a horrible pass. I saw CP open. Thought I would be able to get it there before the defender came over, but not the case. So we'll look to pin the Saints here. All right, 1st and 10 for the Saints after the punt. They're on their own 15. They have an empty look, and we are in cover 1. Terrell's there. The 2nd and 1. We're going to keep using Michael Walker. I know I've said his name differently like 5 times during this episode, but it is what it is. I'm running a lot of man. I think this is in Madden. It's just a better coverage as Troy Anderson makes another tackle there. So now we got 3rd and 5. They got a little stack formation. It'd be good to get them off the field here. Let's see. Covered well, but they find Thomas over the middle. Wide open. I'm not sure who was supposed to be there, but no one was. So that's going to be a 1st down for the Saints. I don't like this. We're going to get out of this look. Blitzing from the trip side is never a great idea. As he just checks down to Kamara again. Get a big hit on him. Ball doesn't come loose. Winston 14-17 for a $141, a tutty, and a pick. And that will bring us to the 4th quarter. So nothing really much going on in that 3rd quarter besides the safety. We had 2 good drives. One fell short because of a fumble inside the 10. The other, knows how to punt it away. But holding them scoreless so far in the 2nd half, obviously a great look. Hopefully we can continue that, but they are threatening just outside of the 30-yard line here. As they run it up the middle with Kamara, and he is starting to get going. I'm telling you, the coach suggestions have not had me in base defense at all today. It's all been nickel looks, which leaves you a little bit more susceptible to the run game. So 3rd down, be great as Grady gets double teamed here. Can't get off the block, and that's going to be a 1st down, New Orleans. 1st and 10 inside the red zone now at the 19. Falcons looking for a big stop here. Let's see if one of our guys can make a play. As we get Mike Thomas down, not before he gains healthy 9 there. They are loving these empty formations. As Anderson cannot get there. Taysom Hill, anytime touchdown bet scores. Don't like him. Don't like his game. It's very frustrating as a Falcons fan to go against him. So now I have a chance to take a 9-point lead. Get up by 2 scores here with 6:53 left in the 4th. That's just man coverage. He got the better of me. 12 plays, 86 yards. Winston dealing that drive. So 6:50 left, down 2 scores. The way the Saints have moved the ball, we need to get the ball downfield a little bit. As London might be open there, as he is, we make the play. London, good game so far. We're going to go in a little bit of a hurry up here again. I think this is the way the Saints have held the ball and controlled the game so far. I feel like we kind of need to make plays sooner rather than later. Let's send Pitts on a little out route here. As Demir Bird is wide open down the middle of the field. Go ahead and get that ball to him, and let's keep him in that look. Demir Bird might be able to, as we're just going to get it out to Ferkser there. 2nd and 4. Going to try to get players going one way. As CP is not able to get the 1st down. If we don't get it, I think we kick the field goal. I made the wrong read. That was wide open for Mariota. I pressed A. Gave off the ball. So now we are relying on our kicking game here to get us 3 and pulls within 1 score. A little bit late on that, but should be through the uprights there for 3. And it's 21-15. So 6-point game. Touchdown and extra point will win it for us if we get a stop. But the key is get a stop. I think there's under 4 minutes left here. We got all 3 timeouts. All right, 1st and 10 for the Saints from the 25 after taking a touchback here. First time that I think coaches said let's run our base defense and not be in a pass package. So I think the Saints are going to try to control the clock here a little bit as they pass the ball. and we are not going to get there in time. But gain of 2, out of bounds, stops the clock for us. 2nd and 8 after the short gain. As we just overplay the possible Kamara little check down. He gets free on the Falcons side of the field now. That's not good. As Evans isn't able to wrap up and make the tackle, Richie Grant gets there. Yeah, the field goal is pretty much game here, so we're going to need a turnover. Will they allow us to get one? Hard to say. We're going to bring Michael Walker here, try to disrupt some things. As our line just cannot get any pressure, throws it away. That is a bummer. Usually when the computer finds their receiver pretty quick, and they don't, they kind of have a little bit of a panic attack. We saw that there. So that should go. What a catch by Michael Thomas again. Ball at the 11-yard line. 7 catches for 107 yards. We have not done a great job covering him up this game. 2-minute warning. Falcons down by 6, but the Saints have the ball at the 2-yard line, about to score. Hopefully we can force a fumble. I think in this kind of situation, we go aggressive on the strip ball. Hope for the best. Hopefully get a stop. As we do not. Untouched into the end zone, Alvin Kamara. Touchdown at New Orleans. And they're going to go for 2 to make this a 13-point game instead of, or a 14-point game. 14 points. 2-point is good to Stanton. Falcons are going to come out with the ball in the 23. We need 2 scores, and we need them quick. So hopefully Mariota is able to push the ball a little bit. Let's send Patterson down the middle of the field here. This looks like a cover 4 look, as Patterson does. Oh, Demario Davis makes a great play. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. As London making a living there in the middle of the field. We are going to continue. Oh, this is too much time. This is too much time. We essentially just are running the same play but flipped. We're going to have to hit Ferkser here, get out of bounds. 2nd and 3 after the check down of Ferkser there. We need to score. We need to score quick as Pitts is open. Can we make the play? We do, and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So big play by Pitts there. We're going to make this close. We're gonna do our best here. Send Bird on a slant. That's that safety over the middle, but I think he's going to be open, and he is. Touchdown Falcons. So very quickly go down the field there after some big catches by London and Pitts. Cut it to a 29-21 game. Analytics say that we should go for 2 here. I'm going to use coach's suggestions to go for 2, and we're going to run spacing switch. We're going to send London. I can get my hot routes to work. London over the middle. He's not there. But there might be pass interference. Let's see what the flag is. Came in pretty late. Pass interference. We're going to get another crack at this. Offense or defense? Defense, okay. So we're going to get another chance here. Ball should be at the 1-yard line, I'm pretty sure. 2-yard line. As we cannot get the ball out. Math says you should go for 2 there. The chances of you getting the ball back are pretty slim. We do have 3 timeouts. I didn't consider this, so maybe that was not the greatest play. Kamara, big game. 101 rush yards, 30 reception yards, 131 total yards for Kamara. So we sold out on the short pass in our game plan, and Kamara has made us pay for it here. But we have 3 timeouts. Hopefully we can get a quick stop. As Evans makes a big play. gain of 1, and we'll take our first time out. 2nd and 9 here, as there's no one in the middle of the field to get Kamara, and he is going to run free. So we're going to take our second timeout, but that should about do it for week 1 there in the Atlanta Falcons. Pretty disappointing. I think, we had some chances. We had, obviously, the fumble within the 5-yard line by Cordarrelle hurts quite a bit. But you got to make plays to win football games. So Falcons do take the loss 29-21. I think Mariota played pretty well, all things considered. No real complaints from him. Our running game didn't really get going too much there. And then obviously the turnovers, a fumble return for a touchdown and a fumble inside the 5. That's how you lose football games. It's just the way it is. So start off the year 0-1 in the division. Hurts. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. So Mariota, 20-27 for 314 and a touchdown. All in all, really, really good stat line. Obviously, more touchdowns would be great, but we'll take 20-27 for 314 every day of the week. Winston, only 4 incomplete passes, one of those being an interception. That's pretty tough. Rushing side, Kamara absolutely went off on us. 19 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown. Cordarrelle, 3 yards a carry is not what we want. We need that to be higher. Did have 1 fumble. Kamara, 7 broken tackles. Come on, what are we doing? Receiving wise, Michael Thomas with a 100-yard game. But more importantly on the Falcons side, Drake London, the rookie, in his first game, 6 catches, 117 yards. Almost 20 yards a catch. So really, really good game from London. And Zacchaeus as well, we mentioned, come up big on 2 or 3, I think, third downs. So I think 3 of those catches are third down conversions, which are awesome. And then Pitts, 4 for 97. We want Pitts around that 100-yard mark every game, utilizing him. So great game by him. And then Bird with the touchdown there. Defensively, who'd we have? Let's do Falcons. So Jalen Hawkins, 9 tackles, 1 interception. So really good game from Jalen there. Michael Walker, 4 tackles, 1 TFL and a sack. He was our Michael Walker and Marlon Davidson are only sacks. TFLs, you got Grady, Marlon, Michael Walker. That is it there. So yeah, disappointing week 1. I think we showed a lot though. Lot to take into week 2 as we look at our goals here. We did have 300 offensive yards. We did not win the turnover battle, and we did allow more than 24 points. So not what we want to see out of our weekly goals. Only 7 points there should get us up to 10. So we should have an upgrade here. But let's first talk to the reporters after the game. Kyle Pitts. I'm not sure how we didn't get it done. Felt like we had a good week of practice, but it's clear we need to be better and do more to get the W. You're exactly right, Kyle. 2 turnovers, pretty costly ones, are not going to help us win the game. And then rivalry game. I hate losing. The coaches hate losing. The players hate losing. In most cases, you don't get to avenge a loss, but we know we'll see them again. It's already marked on the calendar. Your offensive line will have -3 pass block power and pass block finesse for the next game, which is not great, considering I believe we are in Los Angeles. We are next week going up against Aaron Donald. But yeah, that's going to do it for episode 1. Really appreciate everyone who came and watched. Again, first post on YouTube here. But yeah, look forward to episode 2 coming later this week, and please like this video, subscribe if you found it helpful, you found it interesting, and looking forward to seeing everyone next week.